Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Inbal. I'm a psychic, tarot reader, and witch, and I'm here with you on the Bigfoot Outlaw Network. If you're new to the Bigfoot Outlaw Network, I invite you to check out everything we do here. We are growing and increasing as we speak. We're a psychic, spiritual, esoteric channel, which means we've got programs about ghost hunts and about cryptids, and we've got some scary stories, and we've got some mediumship programs. So we've got all of those, but the channel is expanding in all sorts of directions. I can't even tell you how many. So if you're here with us, make sure you subscribe, make sure you press a like, make sure you leave a comment. Even if you don't want to get involved particularly, leave a little comment. It makes the algorithm feel like what we're doing here is valuable. I think what we're doing here is very valuable. What you can do in order to get involved is send a comment on whatever platform you're watching, except for Instagram. It doesn't work on there. I don't know why. Whatever platform you're watching, we'll be able to see your message when I stick it on the screen, like here. Marcus says, good evening and welcome back in Val. Thank you. I hope all is good your neck of the woods. It must have been a really bad vindaloo last night with the wind here, right? Hi, everyone else. Please remember to like and subscribe so you know when Inval is on here. So yeah, your neck of the woods, Marcus, is pretty much my neck of the woods, and it was very windy and also quite rainy today after a few warm days. So I'm broadcasting at you live from the north of England. Thank you for whoever pressed a like. I can't see who, I can see who sends messages, but I can't see who presses the like. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, actually, it's pressed a heart. And please don't let me stop you. Anybody that wants to press a heart, go right ahead. We have a message from our boss, Grizz, who says, you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money to make more content. So many different ways. Thank you for whoever pressed the second heart now. So many different ways that you can support us without going to any effort at all. Mark says, I just had to jump to this one because I can't get along with the other side. Hello and welcome one and all. I know that you're watching it from YouTube, but I can't see which YouTube you're watching it from. So just to those of you that are new, or to those of you that don't know exactly how we run the show, right now we're broadcasting live in 8 places. So we're on the Facebook channel of Bigfoot Outlaw. We're on the Facebook channel of Grizzly. And we're on my Facebook. We're on the LinkedIn of Grizzly. We're on the YouTube of Bigfoot Outlaw and the YouTube of my own channel, each of them twice over. So we're on the Grizzly Bigfoot sideways on, we're on the Grizzly Bigfoot lengthwise, and the same on mine. And we're on the Bigfoot Outlaw Twitch account and on my Instagram. So this is all going out live all at the same time. If you want to see if we're really live, let me hold my phone to you and show you that. Oh, sorry, it was better when it was dark. Right, so this is time. It looks a bit flipped over. This is the date. So we're actually live right now. If you're watching us or listening to us on catch up later on a podcasting platform, or later on, then make sure, thank you whoever put the thumbs up, make sure that you like and subscribe, because then you'll be able to catch us live next time. So if you're watching us on catch up right now, make sure that next time it is Live Lona Nicole is here saying, "Yoo-hoo, everyone. Hi, how are you? I haven't heard from you in so long. Were you working all the time that I was on?" Um, Marcus says, "Interesting. The titles seem different and the music seems to have more bass. Maybe on your end, because here it's coming out from exactly the same files that it has done. So yeah, see what changes your phone might be enacting on you." Cam is saying, "Hi, beautiful Mbangwa. Love, Cam. Great to hear you. Thank you so much." And Maria Scorpio is saying, "Hey there. Hey, Maria. Hope you're having a lovely Scorpionic day." Um, Yo Yasir Ong is saying, "Love from Japan." Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for getting in touch from Japan. That's exciting. That's unusual for us. So, actually, we've got a question here, and this shows how all of you can get involved. I've got a deck of tarot, and let me reach for another deck of tarot. So I have options. And Maria Scorpio says, "I had a cyst removed on my upper gums. I'm wondering, will it lead to a root canal filling because of this operation?" Let's have a look. So for body stuff, I like this one. This is the deck I like. If you're new to the tarot, it's called the Thoth deck. It's created by Aleister Crowley, and it is pretty. Oh, this one's not very pretty, actually. Let me show you a pretty card and another pretty card. So let's see whether it will lead to a root canal filling. And I can see that you're saying in the future. Will it lead to it or not to worry? It says that it won't lead to a root canal situation, but I do feel that it's touching some nerves. So it'll lead to like random pains, sensitivity with hot and cold. So you will still sort of feel this procedure like later on as well, but I don't feel like it gets you, under general anesthetic or anything like that. So, says Marcus, "What is the discussion stuff this morning? I'm interested. Are you offering mini readings?" I'm fine, but for others. So, we've always got mini readings on the go. If you've got a question, go ahead and send it. As regulars will know, the last time I went live, everything was going a little uncomfortable. The sound wasn't great. The messages were taking their time to get in from the screen. At the moment, things seem really, really okay. So take advantage, ask for your mini readings. But the topic today is about the astrological new year and about what to manifest for the astrological new year. So about 4 days ago, on the 20th, we had the spring equinox. The spring equinox is the start of Aries season, which is the first sign of the zodiac. The spring equinox is the start of the astrological new year. It's the start of Aries. It's also the Persian fire festival of Nowruz. So Nowruz is a very, very ancient, thousands of years old festival that came from Persia, modern day Iran, and is still celebrated by Iranians, both there over there and in exile. So that was the 20th of March as well. And this year, not like all the years, but this year specifically, it was also the final day of the holy month of Ramadan, which makes it Eid al-Fitr. So it's so gorgeous when multiple holidays, holy days, cross over. During a time as important, as auspicious as that, it is important to manifest, to write down like what your lists are, what your desires are, what your goals are for the year ahead. And so hopefully you have done that yourself, and maybe you want to share with me what you are manifesting this year. So let me know what you're up to, and we'll look at everybody's manifestations. I am scrolling through all of you greeting each other. And Marcus says, nice. So, as you know so well, what does one think that I should manifest? And I loved Ostara. Looking forward to Beltane and then Letha, because I become a 26-year-old wee witch. Yeah, you're a Letha baby. I'm a Samhain baby. So that was sort of my time of incorporation. So for you, I think the most important thing to manifest, of course, is continued good health, but also this is a creative year for you. So I guess you could approach it either from manifesting more creativity, making it easy for you to write, making easier for you to publish, to do the art, or you could manifest abundance so that the things that you create will sell better, will sell more easily. I manifest a little bit like every day, obviously, and I feel like I'm really stuck between sort of the manifestation and gratitude for all the, all the regular things, like I'm thankful for good health, I'm thankful for my children, I'm thankful I've got a roof over my head. And then, like, on the other side of it, I go, and I would like to manifest millions and millions of pounds in my bank account. And I feel like it's sort of such a bipolar way of manifesting, because I'm not going to give up manifesting and showing gratitude for like the simple, the ordinary things. I find them so important and, so crucial. But also, I definitely want to manifest like the millions, and, I'm always at the right place at the right time, and good things happen to me and all of that. So I try to like dance on both of those themes, both of those occasions. But yeah, I'm very curious whether you tend to manifest like the big things, the sort of big wishes, or whether you prefer to manifest this sort of more simple, everyday, like worldly stuff. Um, Michelle has made it here, and she says, sorry, I'm scrolling up to get to your message. So Michelle says, hello, Inba. Hi, Michelle. And she's greeting the others. And Marcus says, creative, understatement, dearest Inba. That is an understatement between now and 2027. Yeah, of course, health, it's a given. Yeah, I'm a Letha witch, no regrets. I think Letha might be more of an unusual one, right? For witches to sort of find their path in summer. I think a lot of witches sort of find their path in the darker half of the year. So all the way through from Samhain through to Beltane. So, so for the whole darker half of the year. But yeah, I don't know a lot of summer witches, the summer version. Lorna is greeting Michelle. It's lovely to have you guys here. Whoever's sort of joining us now, don't hesitate. Put a little like, send a little question, anything, any kind of attention helps us stay on the air. So the reason I wanted to talk about manifesting is because I love affirmations. I teach affirmations. I have affirmations videos on YouTube, and I think of affirmations as the best magic. I really, really believe in how effective affirmations can be. And so I affirm in a very level headed way. I affirm things like um, I magnetize abundance to me, and I'll be like abundance rather than make it like money. And I affirm things like, I earn enough every year to, to cover all my expenses and enjoy it. And a friend of mine had sent me a video of a girl doing affirmations, and her affirmations were just bombastic. Her affirmations were like, I am spoken of in the a, alongside the most successful people. I earn millions of dollars. I get paid to exist. And her affirmations were so bombastic. And I was thinking, man, I'm playing small. Why are my affirmations small? Like, they're effective, they work. I now earn more than I thought was ever possible for me to be doing this job and to be, living so comfortably. But here comes this girl and she's manifesting millions. Why have I never thought to affirm millions? And I thought about it, and I think for a lot of witches of my generation, we have like a love hate relationship with the material world. And we view, I guess, greed or any kind of dependency on finance as, it's kind of tragic. And I feel like in many ways, my generation of witches is wrong. And the younger generation of witches that stand out there and manifest, just against all odds, um, they're they definitely have it right. And I've been thinking about it a lot because I've been manifesting, or I've been affirming in the same kind of way now for I don't know, 27, 28 years, a long time. And I've always affirmed in what I view as kind of an ethically neutral way, so that I don't wish for a lottery win because maybe it's somebody else's lottery win. Do you know what I mean? Keeping things neutral, keeping things balanced. But I think there is a lot for me to learn in that field as well. So yeah, let's have a little look what we've got coming up here. We've got Marcus saying affirmation is also a very good song by Savage Garden. There are other songs and bands available. Legal disclaimer. Sabrina says hola, hola to you. Where are you? Are you at work? And greeting Marcus. Marcus says, you earn, but you've worked your booty off to get to this. Well, I agree that affirmations have helped. You've also had to put your own work into it. Yes, I hasten to add that affirmations and all types of magic work when you work. And it's very tempting, I think, to just sort of do lots of spells and hope for things to happen without working. But I don't think that is beneficial in any kind of way. First of all, I don't really believe that it'll work. But even if you believe that magic is sort of that powerful, that it can work even when you do nothing about it, it's still, I think, sort of not the right ethical choice, not the right moral choice. Marcus is greeting Sabrina, saying hope all good. And Miark sent a really inexplicable emoji. Is that like a person with their mouth open? Is it Peppa Pig? Is it a purple dragon? What is going on? Um, Kirthimaran is saying, can you show or guess my future, please? I can read your future. Yeah, let's do it. So for Kirthimaran, you can also, in the future, if you come here, you can also ask more specific questions. But since you just asked general about the future, let's see what comes up. Why not? Why not? Make sure you press like or like a thumbs up or something. Yeah, you do something nice for me. I do something nice for you. Let's have a look at your future. Ooh. Right. Studies is coming up really strongly. First of all, we've got the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is like a university lecturer. It's like, high up there, very respected. But we also have the Queen of Swords here, and she teaches in a maybe more practical way. So between those two, it shows that you might sort of go and do some academic studies and then convert them into more of like a professional studies. In between, we've got a wonderful card for finances. So you're going to be earning really well as well. So we have a lot of education and also good news with your future earnings. Let me know what you're going to do. Oh my goodness. Look what he says. I'm studying to be a doctor. So that fits so perfectly where we had the academic stuff and then converting that with the practical studies. And of course, very well paid. Thank you for the confirmation. I'm amazed. I've got all goosebumps. Thank you so much for confirming. That's really sweet of you. Sabrina says, I'm all right. Surviving the cold office and the heat when I go outside. It's exactly the opposite here, isn't it? Marcus says, so I have a lot of respect for you because you came from overseas, came out as a psychic and witch at a time when it wasn't known and kept working to get where you are. Respect. Thank you. Do you know that girl that I saw with all the affirmations? I've been like obsessed with her online for about 3 days. It's like my current obsession. She's called the Hot High Priestess. And it's not like real spiritual the way that she does it. She does it more as sort of cut to the chase type of manifesting, but and any method works. And she said that one of the kind of mental strategies for affirmations is see yourself as the exception. And I absolutely love that because I've always seen myself as the exception. What she means by that is that when you affirm, you want a specific outcome, but that specific outcome might be like totally illogical. It might be totally impossible. And first of all, you have to let go of like the how. You have to let go of the method. But also when you do something that is like really impossible, see yourself as the exception. And it's something that I personally experienced when two of my kids were placed in the wrong school, or for me it was the wrong school. So my first kid couldn't get into our nearby school here, so we had to put her in a slightly further away school. No problem. Then her brother was coming up to school, but there was no space for him in the further away school, so they put him in the school here. And I was like, that's impossible because obviously they both start at the same time. What are you doing? So I went for an appeal, lost the first appeal, and then was preparing myself for another appeal. And it was impossible to have more than one appeal per year. And I do always see myself as the exception. So I just approached it with thinking, well, it's impossible for everybody else, but surely for me, they'll make an exception. And they did. And so 4 months later, I went and sat another appeal. It was in person. It was before the pandemic. It was in person. And That type of appeal is won by like maybe a percent of the people. You have to have a really good reason, like a medical condition, or like a legal situation. You've got to have a really good reason. And we had an all right reason, but not like really good. And I always see myself as the exception. And I thought, well, everybody else failed at it, but maybe I'll succeed. Why not? They'll make an exception for me. And they did. 5 years later, I had to do the same thing with my youngest child. That time, I did not succeed in getting a second appeal within the year, but that's all right. When I so I failed the first one, couldn't get another one for a year, but then I sat the second appeal again. That kind of appeal was only ever possible, for like a tiny, tiny percent of the people that would sit that appeal. I've already won one, so it's like I've run out of chances. And our reason for the youngest one was even less convincing than the one before. And I saw myself as the exception, and I thought maybe they'll make an exception for me, and they did. And so that girl, the hot high priestess, had said, think of yourself as the exception, or see yourself as the exception. And that resonated with me so much, because I've always naturally seen myself, which is not to say in a big-headed way. I don't see myself as the exception because I'm so special. I see you as the exception as well. If I know that a lot of the people watching it are also my clients and also my friends, and I love and appreciate you so much. But that I always say, somebody's got to be successful. Why not you? And that's sort of really the way I view the world. And so when you do an affirmation, I think it's exceedingly important to assume that anything is possible, because anything is. Sabrina says, I do my best to do affirmation in the morning when I'm driving to work, on my way home, when I have some peace. Yes, having like a routine of affirmations is, in my view, so crucial, so important. So ideally, what I would prefer is to do 9 affirmations 3 times a day, which before I had kids was really easy. Wake up in the morning, read my affirmations, sit down for lunch, read my affirmations. Then before I go to sleep, read my affirmations. That's 3 times a day, job done. But since I have kids, my time is not entirely my own. So when I wake up, I'll read all my affirmations 3 times. And then if I forgot it, I have the whole day to make it up. But, as soon as they leave the house, I'm back to sort of, morning, lunch, and dinner. But yeah, it's wonderful to do it when you're not distracted. And I used to do a thing. It's going to sound so stupid when I say it, but I live on quite a short road. And when I wasn't able to sort of run very far, what I would do is sort of go on my short road and just sort of go back and forth 15 times, right? A couple of minutes here, a couple of minutes there, 15 times. That's an hour. And during that time, I would do like the same affirmation 400 times. And I would do that once a week. And I loved it. And that time was actually a really lucky time for me. Kira Thimaran is saying that really awesome. Thank you so much. I'm really excited because I feel like when you sent the first message to say, can you sort of guess my future? I thought you're, definitely like questioning it a little bit, but, we tried it. It worked. I love it. Marcus says, bless you, Sabrina. It must be strange to have cold in the office and heat outside. I prefer it in some ways, especially in summer over here. Yeah, yeah. Um, Hua Hawa Hassan says, hello, love and light. Please, can I have one question? Absolutely. Send it. I'll be so excited. Also, please help me to pronounce your first name correctly. Hassan is a very easy surname to pronounce, but I want to say your first name correctly. Is it Hawa? Is it Hawa? I know Hawa is a surname, is a first name. But yeah, let me know if I'm mispronouncing it. Write it slowly for me and then I'll remember. Um, Everybody's greeting each other. Very cute. Lorna is enthusiastically saying, wow, Kistim Ronan. I love that. And oh, look at that. Going just subscribed. Get a big heart for me. Thank you so much. Samina Sheikh is saying, hi, man, like Samina and Fahad, love feeling. And it just says PK, but I'm thinking you may have put the Pakistan flag and it didn't come out right in the message. So hi, if you are watching us from Pakistan, it's lovely to have you here. And I hope you had an amazing Eid. So Samina and Farhad, love feeling. Let's see. There's Samina. There's Farhad. And there's in between. Listen, Samina, you're coming to the story with your full heart. You're doing it with love. Farhad is a little bit more materialistic. He wants to be with a woman that will make him look really good. He wants to be with somebody that he will be proud to show off in the really luxury restaurants and to go on like luxury holidays. So you two have to negotiate because he needs to see how presentable you are, how good you are when you talk to people who have good influence. Do you see what I mean? So you have to negotiate. And I feel like there is a marriage for you, and it could even be as early as July. But don't explain to him just how much you love him, but also show to him how comfortable you are in luxurious circumstances. Let me know, and send me invitation for the wedding. Sabrina says, an amazing woman told me, when I manifest and ask for it all, the universe will provide what is meant for me. By the way, it was you. Thank you so much. I believe in affirmation so much, and I believe in manifesting so much. I don't want to say like weird stuff. I mean, it's all weird, right? But I, like, in my life, I feel like I have everything I could ever dream of. And I know I'm not exactly sort of living the life of luxury. If I show you my flooring, you'll be like, girl, you should manifest yourself some new flooring. So it's not like we're, eating gold and riding flying donkeys. But I feel like in the concept of just sort of living and being comfortable and having largely healthy children, touching wood, I feel like I live my wildest dreams. And I feel like manifesting it, believing in it, going for, outcomes, results, situations that were like fully impossible is really sort of a big part of it. And I don't think there's something so special about me. I think if I did it, you can absolutely do it. Maybe even better. Definitely better. Marcus says, I kind of get that one you mentioned. It makes total sense with the stuff with the school. I remember like it was a moment ago. I know. Do you know what's crazy? Marcus, you're going to die. He's, both of them don't even remember the time they went to the wrong school. So the big one only went to the wrong school for like 4 months. He doesn't remember it at all. He doesn't remember what it looked like. Doesn't remember the names of any of the kids he went with. So what was at the time, like for me, such a harrowing, such a gut-wrenching period, for him, he doesn't even remember it. And the younger one, who was in the wrong school for a year, vaguely remembers that there was a wrong school, but he's not really, like particularly. Kitty Maran is saying, sorry for asking, can you say about my relationship? I would love to, but we'll do that another time. I love to do the free readings, but enough for everybody. So Hawa Hassan is saying, please, what is coming for me with love? So let's have a little look. And she says yes, and I hope the yes is for me pronouncing Hawa correctly. You should know, I did like 5-6 years of Arabic at school. So I really should ace this, but I just don't want to get it wrong, because even the Arabic names are said like differently in the different accents, because obviously, it's such a huge space between say Morocco Arabic speaking and all the way over here, and then how things are pronounced say in Pakistan and Azerbaijan. So yeah, I just wanted to get it right. So what is coming toward you in love? This is for Hawa. Do you want the dream love, or do you want the person with all the money and the status? That's a big question for you to think with yourself. Why I'm saying that is because you will have a choice of two. And one of them is really a gorgeous person, big heart, very loving, grew up with lots of sisters, knows his way around the kitchen, very respectful. And then I've got another one who is clever with business, good at investments, properties, and I feel like if you could date both of them, you would choose the gorgeous one that grew up with a lot of sisters. But if you are faced with both of them and you've got your family saying, maybe go for the one with a good business, it'll be hard for you to explain. So my recommendation is for the gorgeous one. The gorgeous one might not be a business guy, but in the career that he's going for, he's going to earn just fine. He's going to earn a phenomenal amount, and you're going to have a really happy life, happy marriage with lots of love. It's not going to be sort of just marriage to the best guy on paper. So, but you're going to have your choice. You're going to make your choice. I trust you to make a good choice. And, when you manifest, when you pray, when you hope for things, make a big list of everything you want in a man, not just some of the things, everything. So everybody's greeting everybody. Hawa says, yeah, absolutely right spelling. Love it, love it, love it. Spawn is here. Spawn that knows everything. Happy Astrological New Year, Spawn, and Nowruz, and Spring Equinox. Saying good evening, beautiful souls. Blessings to you all. Wonderful, wonderful to hear from you. Sorry, I just sort of missed a message. Let's see that. Hi, Samina. Kirti Maran says, never had a relationship before. Finish your education. I'm sure once you get yourself in, working in a hospital, you will be fending them off with broomsticks. You will have to make a rota of everybody that wants to date you. Don't worry. Some people are late bloomers. I never had a boyfriend until I was like 20, 24. Yeah. Some people are late bloomers. There's no shame. No shame in being a late bloomer. Sabrina says to Marcus, it's unbelievable cold down in the basement. I cannot believe it's unbelievable cold outside in my street. Marcus says, I can well imagine giving how lower ground it would be with the name. Yeah, if you're in the basement, that keeps you safe, just in case. Sabrina says, ooh, can I have a reading for the final days of March, please? Hopefully, more good news. Let's see. I really hope more good news. Right. So, calm in the beginning of the first few days. Calm and sort of feeling full up, feeling fulfilled. And in between them, look what we have here. It is our friend the Tower. A job offer is coming. The job offer is similar to what you're doing now. It's not a lot more money. It's not a lot more time at home. It's not a big change in the commute. But if it's a little change in the commute, and if it's one extra day at home, and if it's a little bit more money, altogether, they add up absolutely lovely. So there's a job offer coming. How many days have we even got until we have a week, right? Until the end of the month. So hopefully Monday. Let me know. Marcus says, we in this world don't need to have great flooring. If anything, it proves we don't need to be rich in other ways. We can't put a price on health and family. I could not touch wood strongly enough for this. Absolutely. But yeah, I think it's really funny how different people have their things that they really, really care about. So for me, I want like my coffee to be really, really nice. So even when my budget was really low, I would get like, really lovely coffee. But now I look at our flooring and it's bad. It's bad. It's so bad that when we had our carpets cleaned like 10 years ago, the carpet cleaner was saying, I can't make it look good. And I said to him, no, I really just want for it to be clean. I don't care. And that was 10 years ago and we haven't changed them since. But I know that there's people that will be perfectly happy drinking, warm, dirty water and not have a particularly nice coffee, but their houses will be like perfect. It's just everybody sort of got their thing that they care about, and the flooring is just not the thing I care about. Marcus nods head in agreement with Imbaldo. I'm not going to die anytime soon. I want at least another 20 years. I can absolutely see that. Hawa says, thank you so much. You're so sweet and gentle. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Lorna is welcoming Spawn. Marcus is reminding us, and that's for people in the UK and Europe, Sunday clocks go forward. US viewers, do not get confused. Your clocks had already gone forward at the start of March. So don't put them forward again because you'll be well out. Sabrina says, I will. My friend just sent me a new job opening. Amazing. So do you know what? That's the thing. It doesn't look super different in like conditions and that to where you are now, but it's just different enough to be worth pursuing. Do you know what I mean? It's just different enough. Marcus says, right, guys and dolls, the last 10 minutes. And thanks to Inbal for the past hour. Hopefully she is back next week. I don't know for a change, but if not, then please join us. So I've got 2 weeks with the kids at home because the school is shut for 2 weeks. And even though I do this, late at night for our time, it's still easier for me if I'm like off for 2 weeks. So this is the last one ahead of Easter. Have a blessed Easter, everybody, and enjoy your chocolate for anybody keeping Lent. But I'll see you after. So if you've got, one final question, go for it. Sabrina says, our cat is unkind to my carpet. I need new flooring. When we moved here, we had 2 cats and they did terrible things to the stairs, and the stairs are still there. And I can tell you, I can predict with some certainty that whoever we sell the house to in the distant future is going to get the stairs exactly the way they are. They creak as well. And, if you're watching and if you want to buy our house, you can fix it. Nobody's stopping you. I don't mind about it, but if you do, it's entirely fixable. Marcus says, that's what I suspected, but I wasn't 100% certain. So thanks for making sure we knew. Right. So because we wanted to talk about manifesting for the astrological new year, then what we can look at is the kind of time that, the kind of things that are right to manifest over the spring equinox. So obviously spring equinox has been, but it's still like the spring equinox-ish time. Anything to do with balance. So if you're trying to hit like a work-life balance, it's a really, really good time to do some manifesting during the equinox. Also, if you're trying to sort of balance 2 sides of your personality, if you've got your really active side, but you want to be sort of more, chilled out, that's a good thing to balance. We also have Sabrina coming in with a wise suggestion, new beginnings, 100%. So because this is the start of the astrological new year, the start of Persian New Year, it is the start of sorry, I wasn't able to read something on my screen. It is the start of the nature new year. Then anything to do with new beginnings, great to affirm, great to manifest. For example, if you want to start a new course of studies, for example, if you want to start a new hobby, obviously you can just start it. But if you do magic for new beginnings, you will be more motivated, more excited, more, more successful in everything you do. Lon Nicole says, is it a want or is it a need? Wishing us all exactly enough. Do you know what? Some things are a want and some things are a need. I really think that there are some people that literally cannot function in a messy place. Thankfully, those people are not me. I love chaos, but it's not right for everybody. And as much as I think sort of anybody from our generation, are we similar age? I think you're a little bit younger than me, but our generation was sort of encouraged to just get on with it, just get on with it, to just sort of, get yourself out there. It doesn't matter if it's messy. It doesn't matter if, it doesn't matter if you're shy, go and talk to people. It doesn't matter if you can't run, just sort of get on your feet and run. And I certainly sort of operate like that. I can still, accept that for some people, the mental block that they have will stop them from feeling safe in some situations. So let's say for somebody that manifests a relationship, you and I could say to them, just be single, enjoy being single. But for that particular person, they don't feel like they can face the world as a single person. And then, of course, manifest exactly what you need. And then for that person, it is enough. So what I'm saying is that I think the boundary between want and need is A, not always that clear cut, and B, not always that important. If there's stuff that you want in order for you to feel more complete in your life, then, absolutely go for it. And then that will feel to you like it's enough. What is enough for me might not be what is, enough for other people. And I know, even sort of just from my household that I grew up in, I'm Pisces. I feel absolutely comfortable if I've got almost no money at all. I'll eat whatever. I've lived on a loaf of bread, every other day. Managed fine, felt strong. But for example, my brother, who is a Taurus, he needs for his stuff to be like really, really nice food. And it is a need. He will not be able to sort of function with very, very little. So, people are different. I know that you, it's ridiculous for me to explain that to you because you know that people are different. You know that better than I do. You're a people person. But what I'm saying is that if you want something and if you need something, in both cases, I really think you should have it. I think you should have it twice. I think we've got one last question. Look at that. So, mystical LG, yeah, says, hi, what will come up for me in 2026? Let's see what comes up. Ooh. So your 2026 starts with adventures, just enjoying yourself, just having fun. That helps you get rid of some difficult memories from 2025. So you really sort of want to get that done before you start sort of pursuing slightly more, shall we say, sensible goals. Then there's a job offer with a lot of money in your pocket. And then you also get to share it with really special people. So you really get a lot out of 2026. You really find a lot of success. But it's funny that it starts, with such pizzazz, with such a childlike joyfulness, and without really sort of pursuing very specific goals. Muskrat Love says, happy Easter to all. Happy Easter, everybody. That is exciting. Sabrina says, oh my God, the countdown begins for Easter. Yes, it is soon. Mark is remembering my Solly. Yes, Solly and Stella. Mystical, Sabrina, New Beginnings. So I'm just flashing the messages before we finish. Greetings. Starboy the Night is saying hello, and he's sending us stars. Marcus says, indeed, the manifesting, if we want it now, the start of spring, then it will keep growing over the course of the year. Yes, such a good point. As the sun grows, then your magic grows. And Starboy says, way, truth, life. I love that. Spawn says, thank you, and Bell, Marcus, everyone, have a great day. Love and light to all. So thank you so much for everybody for spending this gorgeous hour with me. If you feel minded, go ahead, press the heart, press the subscribe, press the follow. I'm skipping a couple of weeks because my kids are off school, but I'll be back Tuesday night UK time, Tuesday afternoon for USA time, every week, all through the rest of April, all through May, and moving forward. If you want to get in touch with me in the meantime, I am still working, a little bit less, but you can find me on www.inbal.com. I teach tarot. I've got some courses. I also do readings, little ones and big ones. So it'll be great to hear from you. Have an amazing Easter. I hope it's very gorgeous and meaningful. And have a great springtime. I hope the weather is gorgeous for you as well. See you after.